Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Alice Mike's podcast. Thank you for listening to another Music Friday for September the 17th. Yes. For September the 17th, new music came out. Unfortunately, it is a short list today. So what I'm going to do is I am going to jumble it up with my adventure I had on the end of August, not the end of August, but from the 19th to the 22nd, I went to LA and had a pretty good adventure. Went to some concerts, went to a Dodger game, so I'm gonna tell you about it. Yeah, not a lot of new. There's always new music on Music Fridays. There's always new music, but really, there's only two songs that I would recommend. So definitely a short list for Music Friday, but I want to stick around, listen to my talk about my little adventures in LA. I think this should be a fun listen. So just go ahead and stick around and listen to, it's just, what was it? I went to a Guns N' Roses concert, Dodger game, watched Pancho Barraza, and went to Pico Rivera to go see Chuy Lizarraga. So if you want to hear the detailed, the details of each one, just stick around and I'll definitely tell you about it. Again, thanks everybody for listening to the podcast wherever you're listening from. East Coast, West Coast, North, South, and everywhere in between. Thank you so much for listening to Alice Mike's podcast. Don't forget to follow me on social media, Alice Mike's podcast on Facebook. Same name on Instagram, Alice Mike's podcast. My YouTube channel, same name, Alice Mike's podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and like the videos. My podcast episodes are uploaded there, and some other videos of stuff that I've gone through. Some family videos. I have some banda in there, some stuff that's happened. Go ahead and check it out. All right, and happy Mexican Independence Day. That was September 16th. So anybody out there that celebrated, well, happy Mexican Independence Day. All right, so we're gonna move on to the music selection. What came out on September 17th? New music. There is a song called Tu Abandono de Pancho Barraza featuring El Fantasma. Good song. It's definitely apparent that I did not see coming, but so you la canción. It's a rancherita. Plays pretty good. Definitely recommended. So it's just Pancho Barraza El Fantasma. It's a single together, and sounds pretty cool. So go ahead and definitely check it out. All right, so from there we go to this conjunto called Las Voces de Culiacán. They have quite a bit of albums actually, but they came out with this single called La Perra Parida. Está bueno el corrido. Definitely recommend it. Go ahead and check it out. So Las Voces de Culiacán, cantando la Perra Parida, and then I forgot. Didn't forget. Yeah, I forgot to tell you. The listeners. All this music that gets recommended goes to. There's a playlist on Spotify called Alice Mike's Playlist. Go ahead and all the music that I recommend gets uploaded to there. I add it to the playlist, so you can go ahead and enjoy it. Just if you have Spotify, just go to Alice Mike's Playlist, and all the music that I recommend are there. And then from the past episodes or so, past recommendations, you'll hear them there as well. All right. So, and if you don't have Spotify, you could see all these new releases on either if you're listening through iTunes or what other music. Just go for the new releases. I think they should be there. But yeah. All right. So then the last song I'm recommending for today is called this grupo called Los Paseños de Jesús María, and it's called El Corrido del Toco. So it's a live interpretation of this corrido. It's with banda. I believe these guys play with con guitarras y tuba, sierreño, but they play this song with tuba, which I not tuba with banda, which I personally preferred. So they're called Los Paseños de Jesús María, and and the song's called El Corrido del Toco. All right, so that was a nice and sweet, nice and short list. That's all really the songs that I liked this release of September 17th. So yeah, go and check it out. I mean, not a long list, but it is what it is. That's the only songs that I really liked. Again, there's a lot of new releases, but just these are the only ones I really that I like, that I would recommend anybody else listen to, or that I actually added to the playlist, or actually my personal playlist. Most of these songs that I recommend, they I add them to my listening playlist. When I'm listening, when I'm driving or when I'm going around town. So yeah, all right. So let's talk about this weekend. So me and my significant other, with all this COVID stuff, and it's been hard to get out. Get out, go out somewhere. Definitely one of the good things of, I don't want to say good things, but one of the advantages of this stuff closing or so is that you would, not you, but we have expanded to maybe taking more hikes, going out into nature. I mean, last year I went to Yosemite, right in the middle of it wasn't right in the middle of the big shutdown, but I did go last year, and it was great, especially since a lot of people said, Yosemite is really packed, and it's hard to get parking, and I mean, it was great. We had such a great time out in nature. Definitely recommend it. Yeah, it's so nice. It's beautiful. I was even lucky enough to see a bear. That was pretty cool. I mean, it was running, and I was in my car. We were in the car, and it was like a teenage bear. It wasn't like a full size bear, but it's definitely something beautiful to watch. I went up to Mount Shasta. We went up to Mount Shasta. That's beautiful there. Go see Bernie Falls. Unfortunately, there's another waterfall up there that it was closed because we went during fire season. It wasn't fire season, but there was a big fire up there. Not up there, but it was close to there, so they were closing all the national parks or so. Well, actually, the national parks, yes. So all the resources, all the firefighters and all that could go and fight the fire. So that was unfortunate that we couldn't go to the other waterfall. I think it was McClellan Falls. I think that's the name of it. But either way, so when I'm going through saying all this is because, we have selected, trying to get out and stuff like that, do stuff, and it's been definitely selective, it's trying new things, or go out in nature, which is great, but concerts wise, music, live music, you could only hear music in the stereo for so long, or speakers, or you name it, but at the end of the day, I mean, you want to go and experience live music and watch it, and have fun, interact with the crowd, hear, feel the vibe of the crowd, hopefully the good vibe, sucks when it's negative. But so we planned this me and Jasmine planned out this weekend. It all started off because I'm a big Guns N' Roses fan. because my brother El Comparacio, he's a huge Guns N' Roses fan. He's the one who introduced me to Guns N' Roses. I remember he bought this live album. It's like a compilation of the best live hits, like a live tour they had. And man, that it's still one of my best albums. Like I that I still have, that I still listen to. It has all the classics. Like Paradise City, Welcome to the Jungle, Mr. Brownstone, Nice and Easy, November Rain, Welcome to the City, Night Train, Sweet Child of Mine. So I mean, it has all the classics, but in a live version, and of course, my compadre used to like, man, Slash is the best guitarist ever. He's so awesome, all this, and I was little and I believed him, and I still consider him one of the top and one of the best ones ever. Yes, but it's hard to say the best ever, just because you can't really judge a musician because they don't all play the same, But one of the top ever guitarists, yes. And the band overall, you got Axl Rose that has definitely his own vocal style. It makes him unique. The bass player Duff McKagan, really getting bass, and the chemistry between the bass and the guitar is awesome. The drummer. I mean, and then everybody else, around with the band. So either way, I'm a big fan of Guns N' Roses, and because I didn't know, for a long time, the original members were separated. I guess they separated, I think, in 94, 95, 96, mid-90s. And they said they're never going to get back together. It still went on as Guns N' Roses with Axl Rose just fronting the band. But, without the original members, it's just not the same. So they reunited, I believe, in 2018 or 19, right? 18 or so. And, just... And then they called it Once in a Lifetime tour or Never in a Lifetime or something like that, because of a famous quote. But one of the coolest things the band did is that they, when they were reunited and they announced the tour, they went old school. I believe they used a radio station to advertise that they were going to be playing at this theater or venue in Hollywood. And, you had to go to this ticket stands. It's like $15 a ticket. And it's like you had to stand in line. There was no online ticketing. There was nothing like that. And when you got a ticket, you got in. If you didn't get a ticket, well, too bad. There's stories, I guess, some celebrities were trying to cut in and trying to get in. I'm like, nope. You didn't get a ticket, you're not coming in. And then there's like videos of them playing in that small venue, and it's awesome. Like the energy's awesome. So either way, so I was excited, that they reunited, and I'm like, we'll get to see them, whenever it's possible. They had a concert at Dodger Stadium. I wasn't able to go. But yeah, so they were going to be playing in LA. On August 19th. It was on a Thursday. And I was like, man, like I want to go, but I saw ticket prices and they were up there. They were up there in price. They were going to play at the Bank of California stadium, which is right next to USC in LA. And I'm like, I've never been to that venue. I don't know how it's going to be. Unfortunately, I couldn't afford 4 seats, so I'm going to have to get, up in I don't say the rafters, but up there. And then I was kind of debating, like, should we go, should we not? And then, Jasmine, my significant other, just went, just get them. Just get them. Wherever we sit, just experience it. We're going. I was like, all right. But I'm the one that, really wants to go, but... all right, so I get the tickets. All right, let's do it. So from there, we're like, all right, so we're gonna go anyways. So let's find out what else is happening. All right, well, you guys haven't heard the the story of the Pancho Barraza. Me and compa Horacio, me and my brother went to see Pancho Barraza. We make a story, long story short, he was gonna go with my comadre. My comadre couldn't go. Um, Not to this LA concert, some other concert before here at the Chumash Casino, San Inez. We were gonna, so he was gonna go with my comadre. My comadre couldn't go, so he's like, "All right, so you want to go with me? I got these tickets, and I can't let him go to waste." I'm like, "All right, well, let's go." And I'm thinking Pancho Barraza, a bunch of romantic music, and not that I didn't mind his music, but it's a concert. I say to take significant other, not your brother. We'd gone to see Tigres del Norte. That's different, but Pancho Barraza. So we go. We have one heck of a time. So much fun. And then we like and our significant others ask us, "Oh, pues cómo les fue? How'd it go?" "Oh, we loved it, blah blah blah, this and this," and they kind of look at each other, man, like we wanted to go. I'm like, "Well, comadre, you couldn't go." And I tell my girlfriend, just telling Jasmine, "Hey, well, I mean, I was invited. I mean, if I knew you wanted to go, I mean, would have got tickets, but so." We're like, all right, well, Pancho Barraza is going to be at the Microsoft Theater there in downtown LA. I'm like, well, let's go watch him. I've watched him already, but I want Jasmine to watch him. I want the concert because it's definitely a whole concert. It's there's acrobatics, there's dancers, there's it's a whole show. It's just not like just a guy singing up there. No, there's choreography, there's a set list. It's awesome. So I was like, all right, so we have those 2 dates. We're gonna, okay, we have those 2 ones, and then a little by little, and then on Sunday for the 22nd, we saw Chuy Lizarraga was gonna be at Pico Rivera. Show de caballos bailando, dancing horses and stuff like that, and and then you see, now you have like social media, like TikTok, and you see the hype of Pico Rivera, and it's the place to go, and like it's so much fun and stuff. And I'm like, well, let's experience this Picolandia, whatever they call it, it's Pico Rivera, and let's see what it's about. So, all right, I guess we'll add on. We've seen Chuy Lizarraga already too. We've seen him, was it 2 times? 2, yeah, one time in Bakersfield and one time here in Santa Maria, and I had a great time. Great time both times. Second time was awesome because he played for 2 hours. The first time he was just part of a group of a bunch of musicians, and artists. But so yeah, so let's go check it out, right? All right, so we got 22nd, and then Friday I was like, well, there's no concerts going. I mean, there was no music stuff going on, so me and being a Dodger fan, let's check it out. All right, so yeah, there was a Dodger game on the 20th, Friday night fireworks. It was against the Mets, which it was a good team, and I'm like, all right, well, let's I'll take care of the Dodger game. I'll get the tickets. We're already there, so why not? So all right, so we got all booked up, and pues, let's do this. All right. So yeah. So that's how it just came up, and so Thursday, we we hurry up and try to get check into our hotel first. What was it? Gates were gonna open at 6, I believe. Concert we're gonna start at 8. The main concert, but I believe the opening act was going to start at 6:30. Algo así, like but parking, you could tailgate, I guess, or park beforehand. So we head to the I think we headed to the venue like around 4 or 4:30 or so, and I knew it was gonna be middle of traffic. And this stadium is right next to USC, which is in the 110, close to in LA. So I know there's gonna be traffic. All right, well, let's get at it. So the stadium is right next to the freeway, which already, if you think about it, it's going to cause a problem already. Because, of course, everybody's getting off the exit and trying to get into whatever line for parking, or so the exit's backed up, to get off. There's people trying to cut, of course, in front of you, and man, it's just that getting parking in that stadium sucks. I know they use it for soccer, for I think LAFC. I think that's the name of the team. But I think literally I think I was in the car for just in the line to get into the parking for 45 minutes, close to an hour. Yeah, it was and it was just just a single line. I got on this line and I'm like, I don't know where it's gonna get me to. Hopefully, it gets me to the parking. So and then I remember this car tried to cut in front of me, and I'm driving a little Toyota Corolla. And it's like, oh, I'm just going to try to bully myself in front of this Corolla. I'm like, nope, get behind the line. I am not going to let you. I've been already waiting for like 30 minutes. I am not going to let you cut in front of me. No, I am definitely not doing that. So get behind the line. Guy got pissed. I didn't give a shit. Get behind the line. And then there was a Tesla in front of me, and there was a truck behind me as well. And I mean, I'm pretty close to the Tesla to get nobody to cut in front of me, and the truck was right behind me, not letting anybody go in. So, no, definitely not letting anybody cut in. But yeah, this guy like was trying to force himself and onto my spot. I'm like, nope, get back. So that's kind of infuriating, but whatever. At the end, that person did not get the spot. But either way, I mean, we're waiting, and finally we see where the parking lot kind of starts or so. So we go in, and all right, well, let's hurry up, because not that I wanted to see the opening band. They did have an opening act. But sometimes, it's there's a reason big bands give these opening bands a chance, because they're, there's a future. There's something on it. You never know. This might be the next rock stars or so. So I wanted to see a little bit of it. So as we're trying to walk into the stadium, Jasmine has a little purse on her, just to carry, whatever, little purse. And then we go to security, and the security's like, you can't take that purse in there. Or a little bag. I'm like, are you kidding me? So, and then I have to walk all the way back to drop off the purse. It wasn't too far, but we're already in a hurry. And then as we walk inside, there's other people having like that type of bags or purses, like little purses. I'm like, man, that security. I mean, whatever. We go and get our seats. And overall, I mean, it was awesome. We get our seats. Just the crowd was awesome. Definitely, really, definitely a diverse crowd, at least our section. Yeah, I mean, it was different age groups. I mean, it was just awesome. You could tell there was, families there from, like the dad probably listened to, Guns first and then introduced it to their sons. You had, it was awesome. And it was, there was, culturally, it was their different races. It was awesome. And the sound quality was really good. The only time that sometimes you couldn't understand what Axl was singing, when he got it to certain ranges in his voice. When he was singing low, you could definitely hear well. But sometimes he got a little higher, and I think his vocal frequencies got close to the guitars, and it kind of like, if you didn't know the song, you didn't know the lyrics when he was singing. But if you knew the songs, you definitely knew the lyrics. But it was amazing. I mean, the going back to the opening act, the band, we got to hear like 3 songs. They're all right. And then, once Guns started, I mean, it was just like they had a little video intro, and then it's like bam, bam, and it's like they're out there singing Night Train. And it's like, there's no like big old entrance or big old, like I said, like a smoke or fireworks. No, they're just bam, they're out there. They're just rocking out. And it was so real for me. And I'm like, look, Slash is down there. Oh, look, it's Duff, it's Axel, and it's all this. Like, it was just, and then, it's definitely my first rock concert. And it was just, every song is like an event. It really is. Like, the song starts and it goes on, and then there's the guitar solos, and definitely all these songs are like extended versions of the songs, and it's just awesome. I was looking forward to so many songs. I was surprised that they actually sang some Velvet Revolver song called Slither. It was pretty cool. I was not expecting that. And of course I loved how they teased us with Welcome to the Jungle. They'll kind of start the beginning and then they'll start it again, and not really. I mean, it was, and then Slash has a section where he just does a solo. It kind of goes off on guitar. It's amazing seeing somebody that great, that virtuoso with an instrument. Yeah, just awesome. And then from there he transitions into playing Sweet Old Child of Mine, which is awesome. I mean, they played all the classics, all the ones, even Paul McCartney classic, the Let Live and Let Die. Yeah, they closed off the show with Paradise City. It was awesome. Yeah, it was just, I had such a great time, and everybody around us was just having such a great time. Those just people, they're rocking out. It was an outdoor stadium, but everybody was wearing masks. Everybody was trying to keep distance, trying to wear masks, and it was awesome. It was just great environment. At least where I was at, crowd was awesome. Everybody was just rocking out, having a great time. Yeah, definitely no. And then these guys played for close to like 3 hours or so. It was great. There was no, we had to cut it off. No, good. Almost 3 hours. And they went by so fast. So fast. I had a great time. I know Jasmine's having a great time as well. Singing along to all the classics. Definitely see him again. Yeah, so it was awesome. Start off our LA weekend with Guns N' Roses was just amazing. It was awesome. Yeah. Getting out, it wasn't too bad getting out. I mean, I really told Jasmine, all right, grab my hand and let's just just follow me, and getting out of the parking lot wasn't too bad. Once you got the freeway, all right, let's head to the hotel. All right, so the next day we went to so we had a Dodger game, and for the first time ever, I got these baseline tickets, which are on the field level, and they run from the outfield, from like right field all the way to left field, but you're in the field level. And of course, however close enough you get to the home plate is they get more expensive. And Dodger tickets have definitely gotten way more expensive. So what happens when you have the highest payroll, huh? Somehow you have to get the money back. So that's another day for another conversation. But yeah, so we got those. I got those tickets, and they advertise it comes with free food. There's a buffet style. There's a buffet that's available for you to just go and get food, all you can eat. Keep repeating. There's a bar there for the patrons as well. I mean that of course that's not for free. So when you're part of it, you get like a not a special bracelet, but you get a bracelet that lets you get in and out of the restaurant that has a buffet, the bar, so you can, while you still have the bracelet, you can go in and out and, go and enjoy the amenities, and you could either sit there or you could take it in a little to-go container and take it to your seat. So the funny thing is that I told Jasmine, I told her, hey, actually she told me, oh, I'll take care of the food. She was gonna spoil me with the food, and I was like, all right, go for it. Me knowing already that food is already included. So big shocker when it's like we're just getting all this food, we're ordering hot dogs, stuff like that, only if you get, of course, if you get alcoholic drinks, then you do have to pay for those, and of course, tip the server that is helping you once you're sitting in your seats. So the game was the Mets versus the Dodgers, and the pitcher for the Dodgers was Walker Buehler, which it's the second time I actually seen him pitch. Man, he definitely pitches one heck of a game. I mean, he's one heck of a pitcher. He strikes out a lot of batters out. I mean, the game was it was fun. It was Dodgers got out to an early lead. They were up 3-0. But the Mets, they did end up scoring 2 runs at the late innings, so it did make it, definitely made it interesting. And there were some couple Mets fans around us, so of course they were cheering for the Mets, and there was a guy not being obnoxious, but having a good time cheering for his Mets. And there was a point where I believe it's the 8th inning that they had the bases loaded, and that was it was fun to go through it. You have that, maybe they get a hit, they're gonna go ahead, or they're gonna at least tie. So we're all standing up and cheering "Let's Go Dodgers" and stuff like that. So fun time, definitely a fun time. Definitely, if you could afford those baseline seats, definitely recommend it. If you think of the amount of money that you're gonna spend on food, drinks, and all stuff like that, it kind of turns out to be around the same. I understand if you have kids and stuff like that, you might think about it too. They are a little pricey, but I think if you're going just 2 people, 3 people or so, definitely worth the attention you receive. You have a server that brings you, so the hot dogs complimentary, the nachos, and there's different type of nachos, the soft drinks, and again, you could just get up and go get. You don't want the traditional, ballpark or baseball food. Just go to the restaurant and just get from the buffet they have there. Just go back to your seat. So, and then after the 7th inning, they roll out the dessert, like brownies and cookies or something like that. They have an ice cream machine there that runs throughout the day that you're there. So you don't have to wait until the 8th inning. But yeah, they do say that after the 7th inning, they do bring out the treats, the dessert. So yeah, I mean, it was definitely a fun time. Definitely got good parking too. They came with the tickets when I got them. Sometimes they won't, because I did get them through an outside a third party vendor, not officially to Dodgers. So I believe that season ticket holder, they're selling them with the parking pass, which is quite a deal. So I was able to park right next to the stadium. So getting out of the stadium wasn't as bad, especially because we got out. The fireworks going on, but we we didn't stick around to see the fireworks. We seen them already, and we really want to beat traffic. So as soon as the game ended, we sprinted to the exit and got out. And luckily, it didn't take 2 hours to get out of 2 hours or an hour and a half to get out of Dodge Stadium. That could be just an adventure itself. So yeah, the game was it was fun. Atmosphere was fun. Yeah, overall great experience. Great eating, and then afterwards we ended up going to King Taco, get some tacos there. Unfortunately, man, they were so understaffed. I kind of felt sorry. It was definitely unfortunate. You did definitely felt their pain of waiting. Like them working as hard as they possibly can, and you had to be patient. Wait for your tacos. Tacos, they were okay. I mean, wish I knew a better taco spot in LA or somewhere. We did go to another one, and it was really busy, like really really busy, and we just we don't want to wait anymore. So we just ended up going to King Taco. Las aguas frescas are really good. I always get the agua de piña. That's a fantastic piña. Agua de piña. So that was Friday. Great time. Then on Saturday was el concierto de Pancho Barraza in the Microsoft Theater. If you guys don't know where the Microsoft Theater is, it's right next to the Staples Centers, right in the middle of LA, smack down in the middle of LA. I guess they call it LA Live or something like that. Pero so yeah, I mean, we get ready. Concert starts. Doors open at 6, I believe. Concert starts at 8, something like that. So we get there early. Parking is, it's quite pricey. It's like $30 or 25, something like that. Anyway, we got good parking. Got there. Yeah, even though we have reserved seats already, stuff like that, it's good to get early. Get situated. Get your drinks before or anything. We're going to get any drinks before, it gets really packed or so. And so, yeah, so there we go to Pancho Barraza's concert. It was, so I had seen him, I had seen the show already at the Chuy Casino with Comparacio. Now it was Jasmine's turn to experience it. And then there was this, he had an opener it was a surprise that we didn't know he was going to have an opener. This guy named Alex Rivera. I guess he had a hit a couple years ago, or I don't know how many years ago. Jasmine definitely knew the song. I had no clue. No clue. It was, slow romantic song. Doesn't mean I don't like those songs, but just didn't hit my radar. But she knew what it was, and she'll sing along to it. A lot of people were, so. Yeah, pero salió el muchacho like just with a piano, guitarrita, and a bass. Yeah. And he sang, I believe, 3 songs. And then he was like hyping up this other song, like, me gusta cantarla porque para la gente que se recuerda de, lo que está allá and stuff like that. And he kind of, I guess his time was really, really, really short, or they gave him a time slot, and he kind of spoke too much in between the songs. And at the end, when he was about to sing that song, they really just, I'm not saying they kicked him off the stage, but definitely told him, you better get off the stage. Your time's done. So he left the crowd kind of like, well, you just hyped up this song that you're going to sing, and then el último, pues no. Se miró mal el parte de the organizers, or maybe, time-wise, he should have kept it a little bit shorter, a little bit tighter. But either way, I mean, it's just, I wonder what that song was. But yeah, after he was done, and then Pancho Barraza came out. He has a whole spectacular. There's dancers. There's the music. He has, of course, la banda, but then he has a guitar player. Then he has el señor que toca la tambora en la banda. Then he switches to drum set, and then back and forth depending on the song. And then there was a part of it where salió un mariachi. The difference between that and when I saw my Chumash is that when he was at Chumash, he used los músicos de la banda as and other musicians he had more musicians actually to replicate the mariachi sound. So more like the trumpets, and then he had a guy playing el guitarrón y las guitarras and stuff like that. So no violins, but he had that mariachi sound. But this time he brought a full mariachi, which was cool. The only thing that the big difference was that when I saw him at the Chumash, he used those same musicians, and they played a norteño style. They had somebody actually played accordion in there, and se echó con unas 3 canciones norteño style, con lo conjunto norteño. And you rarely hear Pancho Barraza singing in norteño that way, and actually it sounded really, really good. It did. So, and it sounded nice and tight and awesome. Las canciones que echó norteño. So I was kind of looking forward to that. Unfortunately, when I didn't see it, it was, I won't say it's a letdown, but I was looking forward to it. Me, especially being the big banda guy. And of course, his banda was awesome. Banda, le llama Banda Santa Maria. It was awesome. It was cool. It was definitely a concert. It's one and another song, and then it was a nice groove. It was great placement of songs. The set list was good. All of the classics, every Pancho Barraza classic you might think of, got sang there. There was there was no. If you go to these concerts a lot, you'll hear the para la gente de para la gente de esto, para la gente de esto, all the shout outs to all the Mexican states, right? And it's just and everybody's like, woo, woo. But not in this one. Which was good, because it's not dividing us. It was puro Viva Mexico, Viva Mexico. And that was great. So yeah, I know it's kind of a cliche type of when I start cheering for the shout outs, and then after every song, and then y las chicas del coro, y después que las chicas solteras, y después los hombres solteros, y que los que están casados, y okay, move on. We want you to play the next song. It's just, I think when you got too many of these concerts and you hear the same thing over again, you might get a pet peeve out of this, of hearing this over and over again. But that's just me. I don't know about, what do you guys think? Do you think that's annoying? If you hear it once, I get it. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's part of the ritual, right? Saludos para la gente de acá, la gente que estamos de, okay. But when you keep doing it over and over in the concert, come on, man. There was this, and in the middle of the concert, this guy, I think his name is Gerardo Diaz or something like that. I guess he sang a song with Pancho Barraza, and he was invited to go up to stage. And I'm the guy's really in jeans, freaking tennis shoes, and if you're gonna sing up in a concert, It looked like it was like like it just looked like it was unexpected, but really expected. I just dressed a little better, man. It's just my opinion. Then he goes up, and then he sings that little part with Pancho Barraza, that song they sing together. And he goes, and then he's like, let me just say one thing. And it's like, okay. And then he shout outs for, I'm not gonna say what state, but one of the Mexican states. And it's like, okay, dude, like, I it wasn't like, it just looked so out of place. My opinion, se me medio like corriente. I mean, that might be a little bit too harsh, but it was just like, it's not your concert, it's not your show. You don't see those shout outs. You're not seeing those shout outs. Like, even like Pancho Barraza gave him a look like, dude, just get backstage already. So, I mean, just because Pancho Barraza sang El Sinaloense before, but I mean, El Sinaloense is becoming not just an anthem for la gente de Sinaloa. It's becoming one of those, like, just it's a Mexican song. It's just one of those, like, it's becoming like an anthem of Mexico. When you have I don't know if you guys seen a video, but if you've seen La Banda Militar, competing in Moscow, La Banda Militar de Mexico, competing in Moscow, which is Moscow, Russia, in a competition for marching bands or bands of different nations, and they play Sinaloense. So, I mean, but either way, other from that, concert was awesome. He he played for plus 2 hours, close to 3 hours. So, I mean, yeah, it was awesome. It was a great time. And then, of course, getting out, you have those ladies with the hot dog carts, cooking those. They smell delicious, but I don't know. I don't want to try them. I'm afraid of, possible consequences from trying street vendor. No, I'm not saying street vendor, but those carts, the hot dogs, they smell delicious. Oh, the onion and the pepper and the bacon, like, man, it's like, I'm like Jasmine, we got to get out of here. We got to get out of here because you don't want to wake up the beast in me, and I'm already hungry. But the interesting thing is, I saw there was guys selling beer too, outside too, selling cans of Modelo. I had not seen that before. They're definitely selling because the people were definitely buying. Yeah. So that was interesting. Getting out was a breeze, and once you get a freeway, then way home. Not home, but actually to the hotel we're staying at, and then here comes Sunday, Picolandia time. So it was our first time going to Pico Rivera. We've seen all the TikToks and videos of, it was like the place to go, I guess, for, experience the, not charreadas, but just experience it, So, pues ahí vamos, and, it's gonna, que las puertas se abren a las 12, and, there's gonna be, I don't know, there's like a ton of grupos. There were gonna be, de seguro, pues va a estar Chuy Lizarraga, y pues iba a estar un guy que se llama El Nono, and then there was gonna be like 4 groups before it, another banda, and then like 2 or 3 grupos norteños. And they were calling it Zacatecano Fest or something like that. Like, well, whatever. Then, we're gonna go and hang out. And then we got, we got VIP tickets, which I think they were only like $10 more. But like, hey, we don't know. I mean, let's get the VIP tickets. All right, pues ahí vamos. We get there, and they charge me $40 for parking. $40 for parking. Ridiculous. Yeah. I don't know if he's charging everybody else $40 or my sucker face was on or something, but 40 freaking bucks for parking. Not even Dodger Stadium parking VIP is, I think that is $40. Like, even the Microsoft Theater, when it's like in the middle of freaking LA, is not $40. Parking for Guns N' Roses was not $40. It was like 20. And it's not like I got, special parking or so. I mean, I got close parking because I got there early. Freaking $40 for parking. All right. So, and then I'll tell you at the end why not to get an Uber or a Lyft, maybe. So there we get there. I like to get to places early. I want to experience everything, especially the first time. I do. If it says doors open at this time, I'm thinking doors going to open at that time, and there's going to be grupos playing already. No, not the case. Not the case, people. And it didn't help that I was seeing videos of Recodo, which like 2 weeks before or 3 weeks before were there, and like the sun was up and they started playing already, and I was like, oh no, but Recodo's playing that early. I mean, it's like, what time is Chuy gonna start? Are they gonna be there early? So I didn't hope. And I'm telling you this because of a reason. So, yeah, we're there, a little bit past 12, and they still open the gates, and they'll probably open it, and ahí vamos. And it's not bad. I mean, they have food trucks, around. The prices for the food trucks are not as expensive as I would have thought. Like, it's like $1.50 a taco, or, yeah, it's around there. Aguas frescas. There's hay mariscos, and they're like, you try to buy food here in Santa Maria, if you get to Jaripeo, man, it's like $4 a damn taco, and they're not even good. Yeah, so, they charge you an arm and a leg and even more. So, that was good. A lot of bathrooms. Place was not as big as I would have thought, but it's good size. So we get to the VIP. The VIP is just a marked up section. It looks like every event has a different VIP section, different like what VIP is. So we're sitting there, and then there's they're having I think corriadas where they somebody in a horse tries to knock down a calf by the tail. So they have that little section over there, and they have bandas coming in and out. They're not. They're the first banda were not other instrumentals were there, but they were good enough to, play the, donde corridas unos zapateados and corridos. Pura así tocadito. Later on vino otra banda que tiene un cantante, and they had to just cantar al aire libre. And I think two other bandas, it was a total of 3 bandas showed up. Different times and stuff like that. While they've been doing the corriadas. And the thing is, so that was like on the side, right? But it was not on the side, but they ended up on the main stage, not the main stage, but the main corral allí in Pico Rivera. But then the DJ in the main kind of part, they kept playing like puro conjunto con sax. Desde que comenzó la música, they put a DJ, I think around like 1 until like 4 or I believe 3 o'clock or por ahí. Pura conjunto con sax. And I don't mind it. I don't mind conjunto with sax. Like, that's, I mean, I like a little bit like different conjunto. I prefer, a little bit more con más estilo Sinaloa. Más como Incomparables del Norte, más, or Canelos, kind of más a little more, I say more aggressive, fast pace. But I don't mind. Conjunto with sax, I don't mind at all, But no le variaban. It's like, come on. And then, ¿qué es lo que pasa? So, I mean, they finally finished the corridas. And you could not even hear the banda. You had to go down to Los Tan Las Corridas, and like, there was a bunch of people there already. And so you couldn't hear the banda. The banda's playing aire libre. And, I mean, whenever you got a little hint of it, it sounded cool. It didn't sound bad. Well, the corridas finally, ended, and they were trying to, put the gates in the middle part and set up whatever tables and stuff like that, and la gente va a bailar abajo and stuff like that. ¿Y qué es lo que sigue de conjunto? Un conjunto con saxofón. So you've just been hearing for the past 3 hours, maybe I think 3 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, DJ playing this type of music, right? Y el conjunto que sigue es puro de eso. We had been there long enough. I mean, that's like, all right, we want to hear something else. So they play, and los señores, because ya eran señores, they did not play bad. They did not. Estaban tocando bien. Yeah, definitely mucha experiencia. What the name was, I don't know. I don't care. They played the set. He calls out another conjunto. And guess what, guys and women and girls and whatever you are, or whatever you associate with yourself as? Another conjunto with saxophone. Yay. Yeah. Fun. So they played their set. Again, these guys did not play bad. Actually, the second group played pretty good too. And then one of the organizers there, whoever brought this conjunto or whatever, the event, so proud of saying that he was from Texas. They come all the way from Texas. And we're like, we don't care. We don't care you're from Texas. Again, it could be one of the results. We were just there for way too long. And then, this guy named El Nono starts singing. Doesn't sound bad. But his voice was just leaving him a little by little. Type of style, I couldn't say. Well, it was a blend of Jerez type of banda. Like, I wouldn't say like Marco Flores, because Marco Flores definitely has his own style, but definitely big on Zacatecas y Jerez banda type. Wasn't tambora. I'm not saying it's tamborazo, but it definitely had influences, and it was that type, which is nothing against it. Never have, never will. Everybody has their own style, and that's great. I've had a lot of fun dancing and going to see Marco Flores y La Jerez. That guy throws a good baile. You're always dancing, always doing fun. It's fun. Yeah, I prefer Marcos Flores de la Jerez better than this guy El Nono. But he was trying. Yeah, really proud of being from Zacatecas. Well, I mean, what they call it, Zacatecano Fest. And then they kept saying, Chuy Lizarraga is el Zacatecano, no, el Sinaloense más Zacatecano, which I didn't quite get the reference, but okay. I didn't get it, but okay. And literally, if I had $1 for every time I heard it, I probably could have gone to eat at Fogo de Chao. And whoever's gonna eat at Fogo de Chao knows how much it is. I probably would have gone for dinner too. Heard a lot of times. I'm not saying I took any offense to it, but man, just don't stamp it out there. Like if you have nothing to say when you're talking at a microphone, and you just have to repeat yourself over and over again, don't say anything. At the end, you just start sounding like an idiot. Again, maybe we just been there too long. That's probably the reason. So, so there we go, and Nono's playing stuff like that, and then Chuy Lizarraga, finally, I won't say finally shows up, but finally, he's the last person. It's late. It's 9:00, I believe. And yeah, I mean, they start playing, and and we were at first we had left the VIP. Me and Jasmine left the VIP seats because it was like, no, ya pa qué? Let's go down and dance down in the pues allá abajo. And it was muddy, it was wet, you couldn't get your footing. Like, no, it was just, you couldn't. You really, I mean, you could dance, but I mean, you had to go find the perfect spot, and maybe the spots were already taken. So it's like, oh, look, lodo, oh, little bump, oh, look, this place is perfect, but maybe for you, but not for me. And then, so we just went back up to the stands. There was nobody in the stands anyways. Everybody was down. Pues ahí los fuimos a bailar nosotros. Ahí in the cement, bien a gusto. What it was telling anything, a lot of couples were up there dancing with us, and yeah. So then Chuy finally came out, and he has tiene un show de caballos que bailan cuando está cantando unos sones. It's pretty cool. It was. We had seen Chuy Lizarraga 2 times already, and the first time we saw him it was like a collection of artists in Bakersfield. I mean, it was Chuy, it was Código FN when they were together. It was ¿quién más? Roberto Tapia. Then unfortunately Larry Hernandez was there. ¿Quién más? Man, there were some other grupos, but yeah, so we saw them together and stuff like that, and it was fun. And then he came to here in Santa Maria at this little club that's not even open anymore, and he sang for like 2 hours, and it was great. It was so fun. Then it was cool que la banda se echaban unas tocaditas, like right in the middle of the set, he's like, all right, échame esta, decía Chuy. And I mean, he took a little break, and la banda se echaba unas canciones, and nosotros bailábamos, and it was awesome. So, I mean, not that we're expecting that, but I mean, it was, he likes to show off his banda. He didn't quite do that. It was a good show. it was a good show. Just we have seen better for our taste, you know, because then we saw like 2 weeks afterwards, you know, he performed with El Yaqui, and it was cool. I mean, he brought up la banda que el Yaqui sings with, and the banda smushed, like, got together and played Tecateando. It's awesome. You know, I saw seeing awesome was seeing the video was awesome. You know, so to say we were a little bit disappointed, yes. Maybe we just been there way too long, because it did ended like around 11. We know it was ending, and we're like, let's go. Like, it was the last song. Ya se iba a acabar. Yeah. So, and what I'm telling you, maybe not to take an Uber or Lyft there, the wait for the car to pick you up sucked. Either you had to walk a long ways to hopefully meet your Uber or your Lyft, because they weren't letting them people, like the Lyft drivers, going to the parking lot. So, I mean, if you're patient enough, once I don't know how it works, but I was eating, you know, get in the car and just leave was awesome. Again, we were just there for a long time. I really told, and Jasmine likes to get stuff, I wanted to say late, but just after it starts. I'm like, you know what? After this, if it's this type of event, tardeada, jaripeo, you are in charge of what time we get there. Because I always will try to get there right when it begins. But you know what? Aquí sí me fue mal. Like, we could have got there at 8, and we would have had, I think, a way better time than got there at 12 whatever ish. Yeah. I'm not saying annoyed, but we were tired. And at least from my experience, I wouldn't say Pico Rivera, it's fun. It could be fun. It could be a lot of fun. Of course, it depends on who you're with, the people, if you're dancers or not. I mean, of course, the artist. Y si hay variedad de música. But from my experience, no me dio ganas de regresar. It looks like one of those places that you gotta know people to get the good service or the best service. And it's kind of disappointing that you have to be that. It looks like you have to be the part of that clique to get stuff, or I don't know. It's just, again, both me and Jasmine were not real thrilled of going back. It really has to be a really excellent lineup for us to try to go back. Interesting thing is, during this whole COVID thing, so, you know, as I said, you know, back, you know, on Thursday we saw Guns N' Roses, everybody was wearing their mask, even though it was an outdoor event. I'm saying 85 to 90% people were wearing their mask. On Friday, Dodger Stadium, everybody had to wear a mask unless you were eating. If you're actively eating or you're eating, then of course you could take off your mask. Outdoor event. Saturday, we went to see Pancho Barraza, indoor event, masks were required. You know, of course, if you're drinking or you're eating, I mean, can't really have a mask on, but everybody had their mask on. Great, you know, let's protect each other. Sunday, outdoor event, there was people that started wearing masks, maybe only like a 30 to 40%, and then it just went down to 20, 25. And then I think as soon as they saw that the sheriffs that were there weren't wearing masks, they're like, well, us either. I understand it's an outdoor event, but it does get crowded. At the end of the day, me and Jasmine were the only ones wearing masks. Of course, when we're dancing up in the balcony, up in the not in the stands or so, and there's nobody around us, yeah, mask was definitely down, or I took it off. We took it off. But as soon as any crowds, or we got too close to any crowds, we put the mask on. And it's not that we're being fearful or too fearful or what do they call it, like hypochondriacs, but the last things we want to do is, that we went on vacation or we went to have some fun and we come back home with something. Definitely don't want to be that. We didn't want to be that. The blame for getting somebody sick. We were hyper vigilant in everything. Hand sanitizer, we definitely never left the hand sanitizer. Got close to crowds, we put the face, we put the mask on. Maybe it doesn't go with the outfit, but pardon my French, but who gives a shit? We're already used to wearing masks. Why not? You never know who might carry COVID. You might carry it to somewhere else. My grandma was staying over. So definitely did not want to bring anything. We were staying over at my house, actually. So my grandma was staying over at my house. And so yeah, just definitely didn't want to bring over. So it was just... It definitely was not a... we hyper vigilant. Yes, we were. Definitely appreciate other people that, especially in Pico Rivera, that, had the same mentality, but at the end, it was just us. Hey, hopefully nobody got contacted and everything was fine. And on Sunday we did, unfortunately we saw no fights. Man, there was 2 times it got close. But yeah, nothing happened. The punches were thrown. Disappointing? Yes, it was. I was even assisting one of the sheriffs there with when it was getting when there was a brawl was gonna get heated. I guess I should have not assisted. I should not pointed it out. But you don't want people going to jail. También. Ruin the nights that way. Just hotheads with alcohol. So, but yeah, so there was no fights, unfortunately. Just a lot of puffing up chest and borrachos just being obnoxious. So yeah, that's so that was on Sunday, and pues Monday headed back home. The funny thing is, Jasmine had to drop something off at CSU Channel Islands in Camarillo, and so we're driving, and then I had my sombrero in the back seat, and pues salió of course we were playing music, and salió la canción de Estudios de Norte, también las mujeres pueden y nunca andan con pleitos, something like that. I like el corrido, el corrido está chingón. So I turn it up, right? It's the first day of class for a lot of people. She didn't have class or something. It got canceled, or she could just do it through online or something like that. So I turn it up and me pongo el sombrero. And then I parked. I'm like, I parked and real loud. I'm okay, mija, pues aquí la espero. I'm like, ¿no te da vergüenza? Of course she's like, no, but deep down I know she was a little embarrassed. Yeah, that was funny. And then then there's this Went to eat at this pho place in Camarillo that is awesome. It's called Love Pho and More. Recommend if you guys love pho or pho, whatever pho, I think they call it, or pho, love, or whatever it is. Vietnamese style food. Love Pho and More. It's in Camarillo. Definitely recommend it. That caldito is so good. I said I would never ordenar un caldo. Maybe, okay, birria, that's my only exception. Pero this is another place que I definitely recommend. It's in Camarillo, and the name of it is called Love, Pho, and More. It's in Camarillo. That place is good. Really good. Definitely recommend it. All right, so that ends up our LA trip, our epic LA trip. A lot of events, a lot of fun, a lot of memories. Yeah, I mean, hopefully you guys get something out of it. You know, if you guys haven't been to Picolandia, Pico Rivera, I mean, I went pretty detailed on it. Yeah, so thanks for every to listening to this short Music Friday. Little music recommendations. But this long story about me and Jasmine's trip to LA. And yeah, just thank you for listening. Remember, don't forget follow and like my Alice Mike's podcast social media, Instagram and Facebook. Same name, Alice Mike's podcast. Don't forget about the YouTube channel, same name, Alice Mike's podcast. Then the playlist, Alice Mike's playlist on Spotify, where all the music gets recommended there. And hey, message me. You have any questions, stuff like that? Please message me Alice Mike Podcast at either Instagram or Facebook. And yeah, thanks for everybody to listen to this podcast. And thanks for the support, all the support to CA Truck Lines, Smart Stop Insurance Services, JC Herrera Trucking, and Jam Pro Central Coast. Thank you for all your encouragement. All right, well, everybody have a good one. Have a great day. Have a great night. A weekend, weekday, whenever you're listening to this. Take care. All right, Sammy. Say goodbye.
Thanks for listening. Bye.